started out on his own. He'd come to the gates of a giant city. He was starving, so hungry. There was a man with a whip, and he was hiring people for just a few copper coins a day to build big bridges out of stones and sacks of sand and mud. And he would crack that whip. That's the only place Ali Baba could get a job. And he made just enough money that at the end of the day, he could buy a little bread and some vegetables. He had to sleep and eat the leaves of the trees, even in the rain, because he had no home. But Ali Baba had a dream, and that dream was that he would purchase an axe. Because if he had an axe, he could walk out of those great gates of the city, down that long road, a few kilometers to a giant forest. And there, he could chop wood down. And he could bundle it up and carry it on his back as long as he didn't get caught by the robbers, because there were robbers on that road. And if they caught you, they would either kill you or turn you into a slave. And so, Ali Baba dreamed, and every day he saved a small copper coin. And after 8 months, he had enough money, and he bought his own axe. And with that, he would every day go out, always careful of robbers. Twice, they chased him on horseback. But Ali Baba ran off the road into the dense bushes, and they couldn't ride their horses up there. And so he was safe. But Ali Baba had another dream. If he could buy a big, strong, young donkey, then he could take the donkey with him to the forest. And when he cut wood, he could pile it on the donkey's back and his own back. And when they took it into the marketplace to sell, he would make even more money. And with that, he could buy a small home. And so for 2 years, Ali Baba saved little by little, because he needed 3 gold coins to buy a big, strong, young donkey. And the day came when he had those coins. They were like burning a hole in his pocket. As he walked down this narrow street towards the marketplace, he was walking, and as he walked, he spied on the other side of the street a little old donkey, but it had a great pile of wood on its back. And Ali Baba thought, "What is that little donkey? I get a little donkey like that, carry all that wood. Look at that little donkey. What an amazing little donkey," he thought. But as he said that to himself, the man that was leading the donkey brought out a club. And he said, "Hurry up, donkey, you're much too slow." And he hit the donkey. Ali Baba couldn't stand it. "What's that man hitting that little donkey? That little donkey's carrying burning wood in his hand. I can't believe he would do that. And just as he said that, the man did it again. I said, "Hurry up, donkey, you're too slow." Pow! Ali Baba couldn't stand it. He said, "Excuse me, sir. Sir, please, I don't need that little donkey. That little old donkey is scared of that wood, sir. You should be nice with that little donkey." But the man said, "Who are you to talk to me? This is my donkey. If it was your donkey, you could do as you wish. This is my donkey, and I will do as I wish." Pow! And he hit it again. He said, "Okay, sir, please, I will buy that donkey for you. I will give you a good coin." Because Ali Baba knew that a little old donkey wasn't even worth 1 gold coin, and he knew the man would buy it. But the man said, "Oh no, you will not buy my donkey for 1 good coin. If you want to buy my donkey, you must give me 3 good coins." Ali Baba said, "3 good coins? This donkey is not worth 3 good coins." The man said, "Well, then you won't buy it." Pow! And he hit it again. Ali Baba, "Okay, sir, I'll buy it. 3 good coins, sir. Please just don't hit the donkey again." And he brought out the 3 gold coins, and he gave them to the man. And then the man said, "Now come with me to the marketplace, and you can take all the wood off and then take your donkey with you." But Ali Baba said, "Oh, no, sir. You remember what you said to me? Your donkey, you do as you wish. That's my donkey. And I did not wish to take the donkey into the marketplace. You would carry your wood." And he brought out his little knife, and he cut the rope, and all the wood went, and the man had to carry his own. Ali Baba was leading his donkey out to the gates. He had his axe. He was walking down the long dirt road, and all of a sudden, he heard. And he tried to get the donkey to go up to the bushes, but the donkey wouldn't go. Because it wouldn't fit in anyway. So Ali Baba got on its back, and he knew the robbers were going to catch him. And the donkey started so fast, faster than the horses, and he got to the woods way before the robbers. And he found him and said, "This donkey, I can't believe it so fast to save my life." And the donkey said, I'm a magic donkey. Who said that? Who said I'm a magic donkey? You can't talk. Donkey's gonna. Who said that? Then he forgot. And he kept walking with the donkey. He walked along the river with a trail. As he was walking, out of the corner of his eye, he saw something yellow twitching. When he looked closer, it was a lion ready to leap. And the lion went, "Rah!" And Ali Baba reached for his axe, but he's too late. But then all of a sudden the donkey went, pow! And he said, "Look here, can't believe you say my name again." And then the donkey said, I'm a magic donkey. No, you can't say that. Donkey's got to talk. And he kept leading the donkey. And then Ali Baba noticed a little trail he'd never really seen before. But he would go up there and see if he could find a good patch of wood. So he went about 100 meters, and then he went, because there, in front of Ali Baba, was a gigantic hardwood tree. Ali Baba thought they'd all been cut down. Everyone said there were no more gigantic hardwood trees. They'd all been cut down. But here was one they missed. And he knew that wood he could sell to the carpenters that made fine tables and chairs, and he'd make even more money. So he brought out his axe. He started to chop. But little did he know, the tree was infested with termites, little insects, been eating the inside of it for 50 years, and it was hollow and rotten. Even a slight breeze would have knocked that tree down, and every time his axe hit it, it got weaker and weaker, until all of a sudden, the tree fell. And then Ali Baba said, "No!" He jumped, but he's too late. His leg was trapped, and his axe had fallen out of his hand. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm stuck with that feeling. No. But then he went, I know what I can do. And he looked at his little knife, and he brought it out. If I cut off my leg, at least I will live. And so, he took the knife. No! I cut my leg! Just then, the donkey came and turned around and went, pow! In your cheek. Ali Baba jumped up. Look here, I can't believe you said that again. And he put his arms around the donkey's neck and he kissed him. He wasn't kissing a donkey. He was kissing a man. All man. He was wearing a white robe and he had a big black beard and a turban on his head. And Ali Baba said, "What are you doing? What did you do with my donkey? Why was I kissing you? Where's my donkey?" The man said, "Ali Baba, I was your donkey." That's not possible. Where's my donkey? No, Ali Baba, you must listen to me. You see, I am a sorcerer. Hundreds of years ago, I got into a battle with an evil sorcerer. His magic was stronger than mine, and he turned me into a little old donkey. The only way to break the spell is that somebody gave me a hug and a kiss. And Ali Baba, you did that. You're a very good man. I did not need to. And I'm not a good man. Oh, yes, you are. Do you remember, Ali Baba, what you paid for it? Of course I remember. Let me go. Exactly, Ali Baba. Did it out of the kindness of your heart. Because of that, I'm going to give you a reward. And he had this leather bag that was tied at the top. And he said, "This is for you, Ali Baba." Ali Baba held it, and he opened it up, and he went, "Yes, Ali Baba. You pay 3 gold coins for me, and you get 300 gold coins." I'll see you again someday. And he walked away. Now, do you think Alibaba ever saw that sorcerer again? I'll tell you, he did see him again. But that is for another story.